Welcome to the DCTV News at Noon program. I'm Kelsey Kiesling.
And I'm Kendra Cook. Dolores County Broadcasting Network is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association.
If you have a news topic or event you'd like to see covered, give us a call. The studio number is 677-4119.
Today's show runs Monday at noon and is uploaded to our YouTube channel as well as our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page to watch on demand. Today is January 14th, 2019, and now the News at Noon.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, one person died Thursday night on U.S. Highway 160-491 south of Cortez after a semi-trailer and a pickup truck collided on the McElmo Creek Bridge, law enforcement officers said. According to a Colorado State Patrol press release, the driver of a 1969 Ford pickup, identified as Cortez resident Alfonso Rascon, age 72, died after being transported to Southwest Memorial Hospital with critical injuries. The driver was treated at the scene before transport, said Jay Balfour, chief of the Cortez Fire Protection District. According to emergency scanner traffic, the crash occurred about 5:45 p.m. The pickup driver was identified as the victim about 9 p.m. CSP is still investigating the crash as of 8 a.m. Friday, but the initial investigation concluded that the pickup was headed northbound toward Cortez when it drove into the oncoming lane and collided with a semi-trailer that was being pulled by a white 2013 Kensworth semi-trailer. The CSP press release states the pickup rotated and collided with a guardrail on the west side of the road as a tire detached from the semi and struck a blue 2017 Subaru Impreza in the northbound lane. The drivers of the semi and Subaru were not injured. Drugs, alcohol, and excessive speed are not considered factors, according to the CSP.
From the Journal, Jerry McBride photo credit. Permits for a new Kinder Morgan carbon dioxide well in the Goodman Point area gained approval from the Montezuma County Planning and Zoning Commissioners last Thursday, and it could indicate an expanded field. The GP29 well is slated to be drilled on 6.6 acres of private land off of County Road S, west of Road 18. It is pending final approvals from the Montezuma County Commissioners and the Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission. A surface use agreement has been negotiated with the landowner, said Kinder Morgan agent Chris Lopez. A 2-mile flow line would be installed running south along existing pipeline routes and tie into flow lines of carbon dioxide well GS16 off of Road 17. Older surface use agreements with landowners along the pipeline route are being reviewed to determine if they need to be updated. Lopez said the well originally was planned as a, quote, step-out appraisal well to test whether the area has a good CO2 reservoir. But because demand for CO2 increased in the past 3 weeks, Kinder Morgan officials decided to make it a production well. It is a new area from where we have normally been, and the idea was to try and find a new reservoir, Lopez said. If we are successful with this well, maybe there could be some future development in the area. A nearby decades-old abandoned natural gas well was tested for carbon dioxide with encouraging results, he said. Plans were recently updated to obtain permits for the flow line in anticipation of new production. If approved, construction of the well pad would begin in February. The drill rig would arrive in March, and the 30-day drilling period would start in April. If tests show good production, the flow lines would be installed in May. The well and pipeline permits are bundled together. Kinder Morgan is planning for 5 new wells in 2019, 3 in Montezuma County and 2 in Dolores County, Lopez said. Re-entry work also is planned for 2 older wells in Risley Canyon of Canyons of the Ancients National Monument. Planning and Zoning Commissioner Bob Clayton said the permit application for the new well was very thorough. No conditions were attached to the Planning Board recommendation for approval.
Reported by the Durango Herald, law enforcement is looking for a man suspected of being involved in a stabbing and shooting at the Iron Horse Inn early Monday in Durango. The Durango Police Department posted to its Facebook page that around 3:37 a.m. authorities were dispatched to the Iron Horse, 5800 North Main Avenue, for a possible stabbing and shooting incident. Before officers arrived, the alleged suspect had fled the scene. Officers encountered a man who was bleeding profusely from the leg. Officers applied a tourniquet to the victim's wound, and paramedics transported him to Mercy Regional Medical Center, where he continues to receive emergency treatment, Durango Police posted about 7 a.m. The suspect is described as a tall Asian man with a medium build and wearing a green jacket with fur on it. If located, Durango Police said people should not approach him and instead call 911. Due to the ongoing investigation, we are unable to release any further information at this time. Updates will be released when available, police said in a statement it released on its Facebook page. Anyone with information about the incident is asked to call Detective Brad Roach at 375-4738 or dispatch at 385-2900.
From the Journal, City of Cortez and Sean Dolan photos. Cortez has purchased a new curbside recycling truck with the help of a $70,000 grant from the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment. The funding comes from CDPHE's Recycling Resources Economic Opportunity Program, which aims to develop recycling infrastructure and promote sustainable behavior change in Colorado. The grants are intended to, quote, promote economic development through the management of materials that would otherwise be landfill, according to the CDPHE website. According to them, Coloradans diverted 7% of waste from landfills in 2007. By 2014, that figure rose to 11%. That lags far behind the nationwide average of 35% of waste diverted from landfills. In an email to the Journal, Cortez Recycling Coordinator Colby Early said the $70,000 grant reimbursed the city for half of the cost of a new $141,000 multi-compartment Con-Curb Sort Series recycling truck. The new truck has a plastic compactor and collection bays for source-separated glass bottles, number 1 and number 2 plastics, steel cans, aluminum cans, office paper, and cardboard. The city does not accept number 3, 4, or 5 plastics or newsprint for curbside pickup or at the Cortez Recycling drop-off station at 110 West Progress Circle. Collection streams always evolve, but we don't have any plans on changing what we collect at this time, Early wrote. The new truck will service residential areas, small businesses, and schools, Early stated. The new truck is rated at 17.5 cubic yards in the collection bed, about 6 pickup truck loads, and has compactors that can reduce plastic at a 21-to-1 ratio. It replaces a 27-year-old curbside truck rated at 15 cubic yards. We look forward to adding service stops with the new abilities this upgraded infrastructure gives us, Early stated in an email. The state recycling program is a competitive grant, and recipients, cities, nonprofits, and businesses have to demonstrate how it will help build local economies and create permanent jobs. We are pleased to recognize the City of Cortez for its dedication and commitment to reducing the amount of waste sent to Colorado landfills and creating new jobs in the local economy, Eric Habor, Recycling Resources Grant Program Administrator at CDPHE, stated in a press release.
Reported by the Cortez Journal, a Montezuma County resident on a 12-month deferred sentence for drug charges in February 2018 picked up similar drug charges in December, and in the first 10 days of 2019 received 2 summons after her dog allegedly killed a neighbor's sheep on County Road 33. Lopez's next-door neighbors on County Road 33 have made at least 4 reports to the Sheriff's Office from November 5th to January 8th regarding loose dogs that have attacked their sheep. The dog was not found on the first incident reported on November 5th when a deputy arrived. The homeowner was covering a dead sheep, and another sheep in the pen was missing its lower jaw. No dogs or predatory animals were found in the area. The homeowners made another report on Christmas Eve. The homeowner stated the dog owners hid the dog the last time MCSO responded. According to an incident report, the homeowner stated he heard a commotion in the sheep pen and saw a pit bull actively attack one of his sheep. He shot at it and the dog ran back to the house next door. One of his sheep was lying on the ground with lacerations on its face. He said each sheep is worth about $400. 2 deputies then responded to the house next door at 13777 County Road 33 and saw Lopez rounding up approximately 10 loose dogs. Lopez informed the deputies that she kept the dogs outside while her family opened presents for Christmas. A deputy reported that one dog, a medium-sized black and white pit bull, had blood on its mouth and front legs. It is named Kilo. 3 residents in the area filled out voluntary witness statements, and one of the homeowners provided video of the loose dogs, according to the incident report. As no animals were attacked in the 2 most recent incidents, Lopez is being charged in Montezuma County Court with possession of a dog not under control. According to a Montezuma County resolution and Colorado Revised statutes, Lopez could face a $1,000 fine or 12 months in prison for each time a dog attacks a person or property. Sheriff Steve Nowlin said the dog could be taken away or destroyed through a court order. And now let's take a look at the weather.
The National Weather Outlook shows heavy precipitation returning to California with snow potential across into Nevada, some chance for snow-rain mix across the Appalachians, and relatively uneventful weather across most of the nation. Regionally, there is a slight chance for snow to move into southeast Utah late tonight with a little to no accumulation expected. The next chance for precipitation in the region will be on Tuesday with a more potent system possibly later in the week. Both systems could produce several inches of snow in the higher elevations and have the potential for accumulating snow in the valleys. So our DCTV 5-day outlook shows today partly sunny with a high near 34. Tonight mostly cloudy with a low around 18. Calm winds becoming southeast around 5 miles an hour after midnight. Tuesday a chance of snow showers before 4 p.m. and then rain possibly mixed with snow. High near 36 degrees. Chance of precipitation on Tuesday is 80%. So new snow accumulation will be less than half an inch possible. Tuesday night rain and snow showers continue, becoming all snow after 7 p.m. with a low to 29 degrees, and the chance of precipitation remains 80% chance, so that overnight new snow accumulations of 1 to 2 inches is possible. Wednesday morning we have a 40% chance of snow showers mainly before 11 a.m. Cloudy with a high near 36 degrees. Wednesday night mostly cloudy with a low around 26, and Thursday it tapers off to 20% chance of snow showers after 11 a.m. Mostly cloudy with a high near 38. Thursday night, a chance of rain and snow showers before 11 p.m. and then more snow possible after that. Cloudy with a low around 30 degrees overnight. And heading into Friday, chance of snow showers cloudy with a high near 37. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 19. And then we get better over the weekend with Saturday sunny, expecting a high near 33 degrees, and Saturday night mostly clear with a low around 16. And this morning we had an interesting sunrise captured by several viewers. This photo is by Jessica Dennison. If you'd like to share photos of the weather and outdoors around Dolores County, join the Facebook group Dove Creek Local Weather Photos, or email your photo to dcbnnews@gmail.com and we'll share it right here on the weather segment. And now, back to the news.
From the Cortez Journal, a clock is ticking on the current U.S. economic expansion, the second longest on record. But 3 economists who delivered their economic forecasts for 2019 expect the good times will continue through the year, albeit at a more moderate pace. Webekind, along with 2 other economic leaders, looked into their crystal balls Tuesday to deliver their economic expectations for 2019. The 2 other speakers were Robert Tino Sonora, Associate Director of the Bureau of Business and Economic Research and Research Professor at the College of Business Administration at the University of Montana, who recently left Fort Lewis College, and Tim Quinlan, a Vice President and economist with Wells Fargo Securities in Charlotte, North Carolina. Their presentations came before about 100 people at the 27th Annual Southwest Economic Outlook held at the Community Concert Hall at FLC. At the moment, the U.S. economy is in the middle of the second longest expansion in history. Only the economic cycle of the 1990s was longer, fueled in part by the internet technology boom during that decade. If the current expansion, which began in June 2009, continues through July, it will have surpassed the 1990s as the longest on record. He said Business Research Division economists at the end of 2017 anticipated flat or decreased job growth in Colorado in 2018, but instead the state added 65,000 jobs for the year, even more than the 56,200 jobs added in 2017. At the end of 2017, employers were telling researchers at CU they were having difficulties filling open positions, but Colorado continued to attract new residents from around the country despite high housing and rental costs, Webekind said. In addition, people not yet of retirement age who had been sitting on the sidelines, not participating in the labor force, once again began searching for and finding jobs.
From the Durango Herald AP file, because of the federal government shutdown, the deadline for people who receive benefits from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program has changed. That's SNAP. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has directed states to issue February SNAP benefits early. They will be issued by January 20th. SNAP recipients whose eligibility is due for recertification at the end of January need to submit required documents immediately to receive food benefits for February. SNAP recipients must submit recertification paperwork to the La Plata County Department of Human Services no later than 5 p.m. on Monday to ensure they receive February benefits on the expedited timeframe. That also applies to the deadline today in Dolores County. Recertification paperwork can be submitted in person between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday at the Department of Human Services at 10 Burnett Court in Durango. This paperwork can also be turned in 24 hours a day in the drop box outside of the building or via fax 970-382-6151. In La Plata County, more than 1,850 households receive SNAP each month. La Plata County residents receive more than $440,000 per month in SNAP benefits.
From the Cortez Journal, an unpaid park ranger posted at the front entrance to Mesa Verde National Park has been turning away visitors for about 2 weeks because the partial forest federal government shutdown has parked the snowplows. When the shutdown began midnight December 21st, a sign posted at the front gate initially informed visitors that the park would remain open during the shutdown, but cautioned visitors to use extreme caution because there would be limited personnel to provide assistance, maintenance, and emergency response. On Friday, the shutdown entered its 21st day, tying a record for the longest in U.S. history. The ranger at the front gate on Thursday requested to remain anonymous because he is not a spokesperson for the National Park Service, but he provided the Journal with the same information he has provided to visitors. He said the park closed December 25th after the first big snowstorm about 4 days into the federal shutdown, and there are no paid plow operators in the park and the road is unsafe, he said. The park also has limited cell phone service. When the federal government reopens, he said it could take 2 days for plows to clear the roads before visitors are allowed. The ranger, who is working during the shutdown as an unpaid volunteer, said he has turned away international tourists, including some from as far away as Australia.
The definition of meat, an article by Grant Schultz posted by the AP. More than 4 months after Missouri became the first U.S. state to regulate the term meat on product labels, Nebraska's powerful farm groups are pushing for similar protection from veggie burgers, tofu dogs, and other items that look and taste like real meat. Nebraska lawmakers will consider a bill this year defining meat as, quote, any edible portion of any livestock or poultry carcass or part thereof, and excluding, quote, lab-grown or insect or plant-based food products. It would make it a crime to advertise or sell something, quote, as meat that is not derived from poultry or livestock. Similar measures aimed at meat alternatives are pending in Tennessee, Virginia, and Wyoming. They come amid a debate over what to call products that are being developed using the emerging science of meat grown by culturing cells in a lab. Supporters of this science are embracing the term, quote, clean meat, language the conventional meat industry strongly opposes. The issue strikes a particularly strong chord in Nebraska, one of the nation's top states of livestock production, where cars roll down the interstate with, quote, beef state license plates, and the governor each year proclaims May as Beef Month. Farm groups have found an unusual ally in State Senator Carol Blood, a city-dwelling vegetarian from the Omaha suburb of Bellevue. Blood, who grew up on a farm, said she introduced the measure because agriculture is Nebraska's largest industry and needs to be protected for the good of the whole state. Nebraska led the nation in commercial red meat production in 2017 and had the most feed cows as of last year, according to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Livestock and livestock product sales generated an estimated $12.1 billion for the state's economy in 2016, according to the USDA's most recent available data. The measure is certain to face resistance from food producers that sell plant-based alternatives, as well as those working to bring lab-grown meat to market. Critics say the bill infringes on the free speech rights of companies that produce vegetarian alternatives to real meat. The Good Food Institute, the American Civil Liberties Union of Missouri, the Animal Legal Defense Fund, and plant-based food company Tofurky have filed a federal lawsuit challenging the Missouri law. They argue the law unfairly stifles competition. The Nebraska bill, quote, would censor food labels and create consumer confusion where there is none, said Jessica Almy, Director of Policy for the Washington-based Good Food Institute. You can't censor speech just to promote one industry's financial success. Supporters of the Nebraska measures say they want to ensure people aren't misled about what they're eating. Under the Nebraska bill, violations would bring a misdemeanor charge punishable by up to a year in jail and a $1,000 fine. Consumers have a right to know what they're buying, said John Hansen, president of the Nebraska Farmers Union. That's the case whether it's a vegetarian product or not. There ought to be clear, honest, and accurate labeling, and then let the marketplace make the choices.
From the Cortez Journal, the annual San Juan Basin Beef Symposium at the Montezuma County Fairgrounds will focus this year on resiliency, profitability, and herd health. The symposium will be held February 6th at the Montezuma County Fairgrounds. It will be presented by CSU Extension offices in Montezuma, Archuleta, La Plata, and Dolores counties, and the New Mexico State University Cooperative Extension in San Juan. Speakers include NMSU veterinarian John Wenzel, Montezuma County Weed Manager Bonnie Loving, CSU Range Management Specialist Retta Brugger, and NMSU Beef Specialist Craig Giffard, and Livestock Marketing Information Center Senior Agriculture Economist Caitlin McCulloch. Some speakers, including Brugger, will discuss herd and range management strategies for drought. Montezuma County Extension Director KCS Rydell said in a press release, Loving plans to discuss nitrite, cyanide, and selenium poisoning, fescue toxicosis, and how drought can increase these and other toxins in plants and lead to severe problems in cattle's health. She also will discuss plant species that have detrimental effects on livestock, such as lupine, milkweed, smooth scouring rush, and poison hemlock. McCulloch will speak about how the cattle industry, which has expanded for several years, faces challenges this year. Strong domestic and international demand helped support beef and cattle prices last year, but the threat of an economic slowdown could spark a reversal, Rydell said. McCulloch will focus on key outlook drivers in the cattle business for the next 1 to 3 years. After the speakers' presentations, cattle producers will get the opportunity to become BQA certified. BQA, which is nationally coordinated and state implemented, gives certified producers an edge in showing consumers that they have taken steps to ensure their product is safe and healthy. Rydell said the curriculum includes best practices in record keeping and herd health, which can result in higher profits for producers.
And today's High Canyon Country happenings. The San Juan County Beef Symposium Kelsey just reported on will be held on February 6th. Registration for that symposium is from 8:30 to 9 a.m. and speaker presentations will go from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Beef quality assurance training will follow from 3 to 6 p.m. Registration is $25 per person and includes workshop materials, lunch, refreshments, beef quality assurance training, and door prizes from sponsors. No lunch or materials are guaranteed for participants who register after noon on February 1st, Rydell said. Participants may register online at eventbrite.com or go to montezumacounty.org or call the CSU Extension office at 970-565-3121. January 18th and 19th, it's the 21st Annual Bluff Balloon Festival. It goes from 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Watch the ascending balloons take off and fly over Bluff. Friday night at 5 p.m. there's a Navajo taco benefit supper for the elementary school. And on Saturday at noon, after the morning takeoffs, at 12 noon to 5 p.m. there's an artist market. And then from 4 to 6:30 p.m. a chili and ice cream social. And right at 5:30 p.m. on Saturday is the Glow Inn. Then Sunday morning, 7 a.m. the balloons leave to fly over Valley of the Gods. It's a spectacular view. Saturday, January 19th from 2 to 3 p.m. Charlie Daniels' book and CD signing is being held at the To'atin Gallery in Durango. Charlie has a new book and a new CD. He'll be in the gallery signing his book, Let's All Make the Day Count, and his CD, Bo Weevils, Songs in the Key of E. You'll not want to miss that event. And all of the happenings are posted on our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page, along with the YouTube replays, weather, original stories, and local posts. To share your event or information, contact us. It's dcbnnews@gmail.com or call the station at 970-677-4119.
Thanks for tuning in. News at Noon airs at noon Monday through Thursday and then is available online on our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page on demand.
Be sure to like us there on Facebook and join in on the news of our area. And of course, please share it with a friend.
For Kendra Cook with DCTV and the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, USA, I'm Kelsey Kiesling. Thanks for watching.